words and pictures.
Meow.
Hello. We're playing an animal game.
Meow.
The game is all about imagining what you would be like if you were an animal.
Meow.
My name is Ben. If I was this animal, I would be this.
Ah, I think that's a fox, Nutmeg.
Meow.
Fox. Lion. What were you then?
A cheetah.
A cheetah. Yes, and what were you doing in the mine?
I was trying to catch my prey, my food.
So why did you decide you wanted to be a cheetah?
I would like to be the fastest runner in the world.
Is there anything you wouldn't like about being a cheetah?
I'm two-fisted and I wouldn't have many friends.
That wouldn't be much fun, would it?
Meow.
Well done.
And this is what Ben wants to be. A cheetah. This cheetah's hunting a gazelle. The cheetah is the fastest animal in the world. The next mime is a double act. Julianne and Dominic. Can you guess what they are?
Meow.
Hedgehog. Monkeys. A baboon. We were baboons.
I'd like to be a baboon because I'll be a gymnast champion.
I would like to be a baboon because I would like to live in the trees.
What was it you were doing?
We were taking flies out of each other.
Please.
Please.
Is there anything about being a baboon that you think you wouldn't like?
I wouldn't like to have lots of fleas in my fur. It would be too itchy for me.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Now it's Tim's go. What's he?
Penguin!
Sea lion.
Also penguin. I would like to be a penguin. I would like to live in the Antarctic and I would love to swim.
I think it'd be a bit cold in the Antarctic, wouldn't it?
Meow. Meow.
Now, is there anything about being a penguin that you wouldn't really like?
I wouldn't like to be a penguin because I don't like fish.
Oh, you don't like fish? Well, I know someone who'd love fish. Well done, Tim. Right, who's next?
Gary.
That was a very energetic mime. What were you then?
A ball.
Right. We got any more animals here? Oh, well done, Gary. That mime was so good. I think everyone got it straight away. So what were you doing?
I was eating food and I was spraying myself with water and I was eating branches.
Is there anything about being an elephant you wouldn't like?
I wouldn't like to be an elephant because they kill them with their tusks.
Here comes Caroline. What do you think she is?
Cat.
See the twitching nose? I think you'd like to chase that. I think it's a rabbit.
Rabbit.
Well done, Caroline. That was really good. Come on, tell us. What were you?
A rabbit.
What were you doing in your mind?
I was digging a hole and looking out for danger.
Now, why did you want to be a rabbit?
Because I'd like to live underground.
Living underground. Be a bit dark, wouldn't it? And is there anything about being a rabbit you think you wouldn't like?
I wouldn't like to be chased by a dog.
Whew, that was a close one. I don't think I'd like to be a rabbit. Nutmeg, now what are you watching? Oh, a film about crocodiles. Nutmeg has been watching animal films ever since we came back from the school. So now you think you'd like to be a crocodile? Oh, and live in a swamp and be very fierce. But Nutmeg, you know you don't like water. Well, we've got a story about a girl who also thinks she'd like to be a crocodile. It's called If I Were a Crocodile. When Sadie Sharp came in from play, they all had had a tiring day. So when her mum said, "Eat your tea, and don't be rude to Dad or me. Go and tidy all your toys. And don't keep making so much noise. And turn the telly off," I said. "It's time for you to go to bed." Well, Sadie felt so very cross. She thought, I'll show them all who's boss. And though I've got to go to bed, I just won't sleep. I'll read instead. But Mum said, "Now turn off that light." So Sadie cried with all her might. "Oh, if I were a crocodile, then I wouldn't have to be good. I wouldn't be quiet, I wouldn't be kind, and I wouldn't behave as I should. I wouldn't eat cabbage, I wouldn't eat crusts, I wouldn't eat up all my egg. And then if you told me to sit and be still, I shouldn't. I'd bite off your leg. I wouldn't wear sandals, I wouldn't wear skirts, I wouldn't be careful or calm, and then if you told me to run off and play, I shouldn't. I'd bite off your arm. I wouldn't share chocolate, I wouldn't share chips. I'd make as much mess as I chose. And then if you told me to go to my room, I shouldn't. I'd snap off your nose." Her mother was startled. She frowned and she sighed. She paused for a moment and then she replied, "But if you were a crocodile, there'd be lots that you couldn't do. You'd live in a river, or maybe a swamp, or even a cage in a zoo. You wouldn't watch telly, you couldn't read books. You couldn't have people to tea. You wouldn't have parties, you wouldn't have friends, and you wouldn't have Daddy or me." First, Sadie was shocked. Then she thought, and she said, "I think I would rather be Sadie instead. I wouldn't enjoy being lonely or sad. Perhaps it's not so much fun being bad." So they looked at each other. They both had a fright. Then they laughed and they cuddled and whispered, "Good night." Well, do you still think you'd like to be a crocodile, Nutmeg? No. Well, in the end, Sadie didn't think it would be much fun, did she? Now, here's a crocodile who does have a bit of fun. Crocodile. Crow. Crocodile. Crab.
crayon. Cracker. Crow, crocodile. Both those words begin with the same letters. Watch how Magic Pencil writes them. All the way round, down, up and over. All the way round, down, up and over. All the way round, down, up and over.
Watch out for the crocodile, especially if he starts to smile. You may think he's very sweet, but he really wants to eat you. Snap, crunch, 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 yum, yum, he's had his lunch. If he's sleeping peacefully, be as quiet as you can be. If you wake him with a fright, he will surely want to bite you. Snap, crunch, 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 yum, yum, he's had his lunch.
Well, you move pretty fast, Nutmeg. We've got a real crocodile's skull here. A skull, the bones inside the head. We borrowed this from a museum. Look how long the jaws are. And, oh, open it up. They're absolutely full of teeth. This crocodile would have had about 70 teeth. Would have used them for gripping its food. Crocodiles also use their jaws in a much more gentle way. Have a look at this. When their eggs hatch out, the crocodiles pick up the babies very carefully in their jaws and take them to the river.